One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to the home of the Colorado Buffaloes, Boulder, Colorado. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on a fellow ACC opponent, the Colorado Buffaloes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. For a strong kick to get this one underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Colorado's offense will get first crack at it here. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah. When coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day, like that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. We're just going to see what they do today.
This conference has a history of getting wacky, and the last thing you need to do is get off to a slow start in ACC play.
And what does everybody talk about every year, right? Like conference games, how much they matter, the familiarity with everybody around you. You can only start this one time, so let's bring that energy, bring that momentum. Who wants to start the season off right?
Well, the ACC is a conference that feels like...
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
Coming into the game, the defense talked about, man, they really wanted to get to this quarterback. Well, it didn't take long. 2 plays in, they get to him, and they get the sack.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm.
The hardest thing to do in football is to play on the road. So you want to get those fans as quiet as possible. That is a great opening possession for this defense, not giving up any big plays and forcing the 4th down.
Really good job on the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. So Notre Dame's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads, showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming into this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Big time throw in that last play. You know, you think about great Notre Dame quarterbacks. I think back to a couple of Joes. Joe Montana, Joe Theismann. They'd love what they'd be seeing right now from this kid. He's got arm talent. He's got accuracy. And because of that, he gives this offense the ability to light up the scoreboard.
Guided out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to score. Notre Dame coming to the line with another 1st down. Makes a catch and knocked down. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Now down to the 12-yard line. It's 1st down. The offense changing the play. It's complete. And he's down after the short completion. He did not make it to the 1st down marker. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. From the gun, the ground game. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the touchdown, Fighting Irish. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Use the play fake. Now to throw. Here comes the heat. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Pretty nice as a defense, right? When you can go nickel, put 5 DBs on the field and not have to blitz anyone, trusting your front four to get the job done on 3rd down, and they do it right there, getting the sack.
Turns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. He'll pull it down. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could.
Tell you what, that read game really slows you down defensively, kind of makes you play responsibility football. And when you get chunks like that on 1st down as an offense, I would continue to come.
And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Oh, does he turn that loose down the middle. Touchdown, Irish! A great catch and run for 6.
Forget about those tight ends, right? They come up and they block most of the time, and a lot of time near the line of scrimmage, and then occasionally offenses do a great job, get creative, find a way to get a good matchup for the tight end, and he does the rest and gets in for 6.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. They'll put this one in play, first snap of the drive from the 25. Lewis to throw. Got his man quickly. Good pickup, but a little bit short of the sticks.
In college football, you see this a ton now. You use a quick passing game, basically as the running game. Get a few yards, get your offense ahead of the sticks, keeps it on pace for success.
Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. From the gun, the running back has it. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on the 1st down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on 3rd down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
Got his man. There he goes. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the 1st.
Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. Shoots it to the left. Makes the grab. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play, because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the 1st down.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. The give to the back. Creates a little space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to pass inside the red zone. He's got it and still on his feet. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And that's how you respond as a defense, man. You give up 9 yards on first down. Second down, man, they bring some pressure. They are in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss and completely flip the script. Almost a guaranteed first down on second down, and now maybe even put them in a passing situation on third down.
They'll play it safe and try for 3. And as a holder picks his spot, it'll be a 25-yard attempt. Absolutely perfect. Are forced to settle for the field goal. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Here come the Irish back on offense. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Leaves it with the back. Get some work done there. Pick up a 4 to the 22. Guys, they're really starting to find a rhythm in conference play now. They'll try to keep it going through the rest of this ACC slate.
I think it's really important because they're building confidence early in the season. There were a lot of expectations on this team to play well, and they've been doing that. Obviously, David, they've got bigger challenges ahead.
Yeah, in the conference play, obviously you want to see that continue to grow, the confidence, the familiarity with each other within, obviously, is a lot of time that's a big deal, the rivalries that come with it. So, great start, a lot of positive momentum built for this squad.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. Just it makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get them out of a spot.
Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Browning. Brought down at the 45 after a 15-yard pickup. Quarterback making checks. Looking to throw again. Takes the easy one to the back. Turning it on. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now, having given up multiple first downs on this drive. Somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleed.
Wide open downfield. He gets it down to the 30-yard line, and time is running short here in the first half. Looking downfield on first down. Looking to the big tight end. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Caught over the middle. It's Browning. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Notre Dame once backed up near its own goal line, now on the move. Now from inside the red zone. Flushed out of the pocket. He's got it. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be first and goal. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
On first and goal, Notre Dame will try to get it in the end zone. With jet sweep pass. Into the house. Touchdown, Notre Dame. No mid-season doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
To the ground with the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A first half that saw a little bit of everything there in Boulder. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player. And with that, let's send it back to the guys more than a mile above sea level at Folsom Field.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. The Buffaloes will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And he's coming out of the end zone. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Going to take a shot on second and short. He's open on the right. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Big play for the Irish there, reminiscent of a Tim Brown or Rocket Ismail.
Yeah, and I'm glad you used a reference in the last 30 years, Reese. You know, just trying to find playmakers at Notre Dame, and Michael Mayer, obviously, in the recent years was a guy that you could really, really depend on. Trying to find those golden Tates, those elite players out wide is something they've been missing over the last several years.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. Notre Dame now operating in the red zone. Here comes the option. He'll pitch it. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Looking to fire. Starting to feel a little pressure. He'll be pushed out of bounds just short of the end zone, and that one saved a touchdown at least for now.
Quarterbacks have a hard job. They got to drop back and try to see the whole field and then see the rush coming to him. But you could tell he did a really good job scrambling outside the pocket, improvising, making a play with his feet, and then getting the first down.
Touchdown, Fighting Irish! And the beatdown has ensued. Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Unless you have somebody ready to do his best Tom Brady impression, down 28-3 is no fun, and they have to get something going right now. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Lewis wants to pass. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense has it. They're on the move. Touchdown, Irish. And they turn it into a defensive score.
You always hear coaches harping on their quarterbacks to keep two hands on the ball. That time, he got hit. The ball came free, bounced right into the defender's hands, and he makes them pay, taking it back all the way for a score.
And the extra point is true, and the score is 35-3. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, one of the biggest games of the week is playing out right now. Let's check in on this top 25 battle. Pittsburgh is down right now, but this young man under center has shown some moxie today. We could see a legend born in the Steel City. It's less than a touchdown lead. They're trailing by 6 to NC State. If anything changes in this pivotal Pac-12 matchup, guys, you know we're here to bring it to you.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. And the Buffaloes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Going to swing it on second down. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
Man, this defense has played so well, and this offense, they've struggled. They haven't executed greatly. They're going to have to do it against a really good defense who continues to apply pressure. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback a little better.
Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. Might be calling a hot route. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Got his man downfield. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
And he's brought down after a nice gain. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. They'll have to hustle if they want to get off another snap before the end of the period. They'll leave it with him. Makes one man miss. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. We've come to the end of the period, and Notre Dame has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Wide receiver going in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Touchdown, Notre Dame! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Finds the tight end. That's some old school, hard-nosed, tough running as he powers his way to the 30. Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
And that's kind of what we've seen from this offense all game long, man. It's been hard. It's been a struggle, and receiver and quarterback just not on the same page. Somebody out wide needs to step up, needs to make some plays for their QB because they're in a huge hole, and they need some explosive passing plays.
And the Buffaloes will have it 1st and 10. Power football with the run. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
It'll be 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. A strike downfield. Flying out to the left. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the 1st down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can...
And the rush will get to him at the 25.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying around.
To the air on 2nd down. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Off play action. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. And here comes the field goal unit. And this kicker might be feeling it. He made one earlier, now from 49 yards out. Right down the boulevard. I wouldn't say they cut into the deficit. They sort of microscopically edged off the deficit. Still a mountain to climb. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here come the Irish back on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have...
And the heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes, in offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
Notre Dame has made this 2nd down play much more difficult after going backwards. Back to pass. He rifles one deep down the middle. Makes the grab right down the middle. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a 1st down.
I don't know if they're trying to get this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point of the game with a lead like they have is surprising, I gotta be honest.
Tight end now in motion. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They'll go to the air. He's going for the big play. Got it in stride inside the 20. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard. If he can keep putting together games like this, he might have a shot at Brady Quinn's career touchdown record of 95. All the great quarterbacks the Irish have had, guys like Joe Theismann, John Hewitt, nobody's even close to that.
Yeah, and that's crazy to think about being in that kind of a company. And Notre Dame's always been a good running team. And when they find quarterbacks and have great quarterback play, then I think they start to take off to that next level. And so far, he's showing that here today.
And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build on, David, you're talking about.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Wants to go up top on first down. Get it out on the screen. No sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. They just keep firing. He's taking the deep shot.
Man, on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
On third down, he drops to throw. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The Buffaloes send out the punt unit. Punt will bounce out of bounds, and they're going to spot it at the 25. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game. Well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Caught in the backfield. It's Gilbert. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
And there's no mercy rule in college football. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter, and they're still staying aggressive. They're still throwing the football, going out and executing, working on their craft. They've got bigger fish coming up down the road, bigger games. So you got to keep sharpening the tools, and that's what you're seeing here in the fourth quarter.
He'll set up to throw. That one comes out hot down the right side. Can't make the grab, and this offense, which has been brilliant this season on third down, doesn't convert this time. The Irish send out the punt unit. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. They'll bring him down. The clock is at 0, and that is how this one will wrap up. Guys, this is a really good win for this ball club as they put together consecutive victories.
And this season, that's what you got to do. You got to put together good weeks, build on each other, build that momentum, continue to grow as the season goes along.
Yeah, David, it's all about building confidence, and it's really important for these players to go out, work hard in practice, and see that hard work really pay itself off on game day. This is a team that's really starting to believe in itself.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.